Alrighty. Welcome to the Cosmic Motion Universe, CMU for short. My name is Rob Sliver, and I am the game master and illustrator of this anime aesthetic-inspired TTRPG channel. Here you can use your channel points to interact with the story as well as change the course of fate, and watch as the show becomes its own comic and ties in with the other CMU comics. As for today, we will be viewing Chapter 10 of the Divine Space Opera known as Of Angels, Smugglers, and Bounty Hunters. So let's go ahead and meet our players and their respective characters.
I am Jonathan. I play Thomas Viper Graham. I'm a bounty hunter and now an avatar to a god, the god of technology to be precise. I started my journeys just wandering through space, when I happened upon these two on an asteroid, and like the other rundowns, we've been on many adventures, causing much chaos in our wake, and we have found ourselves in a war of gods, trying to hunt down ancient relics and tablets.
My name is Ashley, and I play Atlas. Aelin, Cloud Splitter. And I'm an angel, and I was awoken in the grave by Atlas here. And as of right now, I think I am most interested in, without going too far into spoilers or details within the last episode, because I know our GM here will definitely already do that. But I'm really interested to meet our new friend. I'm very interested in our new friend.
Our new friend.
Probably Alistair. The crow.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, okay, anyway.
I was trying to leave some suspense.
Yeah, it's all good.
Mystery in there. Like, come back, you guys, you know.
Okay.
You want to know what we're talking about.
My name is Rin. I play Atlas Moonwind. I am from a fae from the Divine Realm, and I got magically transported onto the asteroid, where I woke her up from her slumber in the tomb.
Aelin.
Aelin
More so
Cloud
reminding
Splitter.
myself.
And then I joined their party, and eventually she made me a super badass like scythe with her creation magic, and now we're trying to get another badass weapon so that we can fight a god.
Well,
Kind of.
yes. You guys are on the
Kind
overall
of fight.
attempt to get the Divine Spear. So, last chapter we saw our Divine Space crew taking the Side Droid Platinum tour. But before they began the extravagant tour, they decided to restock on their supplies, medical supplies, and pick up a few new useful gadgets. As they browsed the city, they found a severe lack of shops. Everything is solely done by vending machines, making them quickly realize that this galaxy is completely driven by science, not magic. Fortunately, this did not stop them from getting the supplies and medical shit that they needed. After their restock, they made their way to the tour, where they were able to see the incredible and rigorous production process of the galactically famous and monopolized side droids. Yet things got a little odd after they got out of the tour and back onto the streets. They were faced with the freshly forming Timeless, something they hadn't seen before. Fortunately, they were swift and decisive with their actions, causing them to defeat the malicious creature with little to no damage incurred themselves. Fortunately, this also allowed them to be able to pose as unattended side droids that were collected in the streets from the same incident, so they could infiltrate the side droid facility that they were using the tour to learn things for the first place. After clunkily trudging through the facility and nearly being caught multiple times, they make it to the desired door, yet that's exactly when another Timeless formed. Fed up with the nonsense, Timeless landed a well-placed shot that annihilated the Timeless core before it formed. And to end it up, they last had a conversation with the god of death, Mortis, that helped shed some more light on their divine mission, the destruction of the tablets. Thus, we start the chapter out with our crew sneaking into the back room of the Side Droid facility. Right now, you guys experience that there is an alarm that's going off in the area, but you don't think that it's for you. You think it's probably because of the Timeless thing that showed up. In fact, I'll say Vulcan kind of assures you that nothing's showing up on the security. However, he does inform you that as things have gotten louder in the place, he's able to see that more information's transferring. The layout that he had given you might be somewhat skewed. It seems like the place has an odd layout. So you'll still be going more or less to the same location that you wanted to. It just may be a slightly
Different
more
path.
weird path than you need. Yeah.
Okay, well, with the alarms going off, am I out in the open, or do I need to worry about hiding?
Well, I'm going to say that all three of you guys, right after that conversation thing, you guys kind of slipped through that door before everybody kind of rose again. So what you see is when you get through this one of those automatic doors things to where obviously a place you're not supposed to be, you see there's just this room. It's a pretty decently large room. Probably this room like open, so probably a good like I'd say 24 by like maybe I'll give you 24 by 40 feet. So it's a decently sized room if there's nothing in it. And all you see along the walls and on the ground are 6 different transport pads. And you see each one has a number over it, and you see sectors as it kind of says out in the little like digital display above it. Sector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Well, Miss Employee, you know the place so well. You seem to talk your way around. Where do we go?
Okay, so question. They look electronic now.
I mean,
Can Vulcan maybe tell which sector we need to go to? Maybe. I mean, it's worth a shot, no?
I'll talk to Vulcan and ask him if I'm able to physically touch the transporters, if he's able to.
Give me a technomancy roll. It takes a while to get that, and they can spend it a lot. So
14.
14.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I don't think that I can get completely clear layout. It seems as though what they in their blueprints have designed as hallways are simply sector transport locations. So it's a bit intertwined and intermingled. I'd say it's a bit complex for mortals.
Makes sense. What about Alistair? That's the name, right?
I mean, yeah.
What do you need?
Alistair, you're only able to teleport in between dimensions, right? Like purgatory and
Well,
other.
Yeah, I could go between any kind of dimensions you need, but it is pretty taxing.
So he's on my arm right now,
Yeah.
right? I'm assuming. Okay, so I'm gonna be like, so it's taxing for you to jump between. So okay, can you
realms?
You can do realms as well. How about inside of buildings per se? Would you be able to teleport in between different rooms?
No.
Okay.
We're like, what?
It's well, it's not teleportation, really. It's just realm flight.
Okay, so I'm gonna just kind
They're
of
very different.
look and then be like, okay, so I don't think that's gonna work. I mean, let's just try one. I'm gonna just pull your arm, and we're all together, right? I'm just kind of like pull and guide us both into, or like all three of us, like right into the closest pad. Because you said like alarms are blaring and stuff. Like, so is attention on us
No, you got the alarms are blaring out more in the facility.
from the timeless we killed, or
Yeah,
from
you
us?
guys assume it's from the timeless, and Thomas
Well-
does assure you that you guys aren't something that they're reporting as an issue.
Oh, okay. I completely must have missed that part. Oh, okay. Well, then I'm over here tripping for nothing.
Yeah,
Never
no,
mind.
that's what I was saying. The
Let's-
alarm is just something.
Yeah.
that you
So
guys
yeah, you
recognize.
We
pull
don't
me
know where
back,
that goes
rein
yet.
me in. Hold up.
You're
Okay.
You're pulling me, I'm pulling you.
So we killed the timeless, and then now the alarm is going off. I love that. Good for humans.
This would be the perfect time to get where we need to be now.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is we've got 6 pads here to take us, but we don't know which one to use.
I mean, we all have these things,
Roll a
right?
d6. Let fate decide.
Hold your breath then.
Are they just
You
marked?
totally could.
You said they're marked
Yeah.
with sectors or numbers, or how are they marked?
Yes, sectors. It's 6 different teleport pads or transport pads that are marked for 6 different sectors.
What would the names of the sectors be, or the area, or like any?
They're just called Sector 1, 2, 3, 4. It seems like you need to know your way around here to get around here. It's odd, too. It doesn't seem like this place is particularly friendly to a regular human being. You know what I mean? The way this is laid out and everything that you've seen, it
It's
seems
pretty,
like all
like
the
cold and techno-y, and
Yeah.
it kind of looks dangerous, honestly.
yeah.
Well,
Well, I
It-
can
it-
only think of 2. Is either we separate and split up and we use our technology in order to communicate with one another, or we stay together and just try a random one.
we're better off together, just in case any one of us runs into a problem. Then we'll all be there.
I vote we go to pad 6 then. It has seemed like 6 has been quite the number for us recently.
Well, my thoughts is, if this is technology, usually everything runs into the center, like the CPU. Everything's connected to that, but it's not out on the edge. It's more towards the center. So I'm thinking we start with number 3, because this isn't set up like normal
When you say CPU, are you referring to
a computer.
a heart of sort?
No, like when you go turn on your computer.
I'm not too completely familiar with all of the terminology, but it sounds like a heart. I could sound like. So you want to go straight for the heart of the building?
Sure, we'll go. That's a good way of putting it. Yes, at least that's what I'm thinking. I could be completely wrong.
I'm always up for a little chaos.
So we'll go through pad number 3.
Okay.
Pad number 3.
So you go to pad number 3. Give me whoever would like to be the team lead for this decision can give me a roll.
Actually, we should have her do it
Why me?
because you're the one who wants to do it the least, I feel like.
I'm not a leader.
Exactly.
Like at all. Period.
Everyone should do it.
We're on equal grounds.
What am I rolling?
Just a regular D20.
Regular d20. You guys are gonna regret this.
You're gonna regret it.
No
You're gonna
regrets.
regret it.
You're gonna regret it.
It's nat 20s the whole time.
A 5.
A 5, huh? Okay. As you arrive in this spot, it kind of opens up, and you see there are 2 side droids that turn to you, and their eyes turn red. You can see there's
Two
other
what? 2 what in their eyes?
side droids,
Okay.
and they look armed. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Everyone?
Yeah, you guys are in combat. You guys can. I will allow you to make quick stealth rolls if you want to disengage.
Oh, okay. I'll do that.
You can attempt anyway.
Yeah, I'll
You
stop.
will be in combat, but
I rolled a 21 for initiative.
Never mind.
18
21?
for initiative.
It'd be a 6 either way, so.
so what are you going? Yeah, well then
6.
you got a 6
Yeah.
for. And what was yours? 18.
18, yes, sir.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I have an advantage on stealth. I lied. I got a 23.
Okay. Then you'll go last in initiative.
Yeah.
The person with stealth goes first. I stay stealth.
It's just even if I had gone with initiative, it still would have been a 6.
Okay, so combat immediately starts, and you guys see, just kind of from around. There's like two others that were within the midst of things that you see, kind of a peek out. So there's altogether 4 opponents that you're facing right now. They're side droids. You don't know what they're capable of or whatever, but they look menacing. You see that within this area, there's a number of decommissioned side droids and like ones that maybe have been sent in for warranties or work or something like that. So it looks like there's just a bunch of like pieces and things like that. It's just, like mannequins everywhere.
Well, Viper, this would be a good time to use your
And so who goes first would be Thomas, and then
that's
Aelin,
magic.
and then 4 enemy
What I was
turns.
planning on doing, I'm just making sure it was my turn. I'm going to try to send some sort of EMP shock at the ones or like one of the ones closest to us.
EMP shock at the one closest. Okay. With your technomancy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, why didn't
Why what?
I'm stealth?
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. So the one, I would say the one that runs up to you, you blast it with electromagnetic, but it seems like it has some sort of defense from completely shutting down from this. But you do see it takes a bunch of what would be internal damage.
Electric
So give me what would be a damage roll for that? You don't have a damage modifier on that, do you?
I do.
Okay, give me a roll, please. You are kind of in an advantage fighting tech people.
11.
11 damage? Okay. All right, you see it and it looks like when it does, the other ones that are in the area kind of, you see them twitch a little bit. So you're wondering if this is maybe the commanding droid or something? You don't know, but there's like that semblance of maybe. Okay, so that being said, that puts it as Aylin's turn. And by the way, since you're stealth right now, you can opt to essentially do a sneak attack at any point, like maybe even at the same time as someone else, since you're not engaged. Otherwise, it'll just come to your turn and you'll do what you want.
Okay. All right then. Well. Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to create a magic circle for us thrice.
Okay. And how big is the magic circle again?
We are going to go. Let's go with its full capacity of 10 feet. So I will take 3 spells. So it's 10-foot radius with 20-foot tall cylinder.
Okay, so that's a pretty decent area. And you guys can absolutely see as she raises her hand and kind of spreads them in like a circular pattern as if she's motioning over the ground. You see runic inscriptions and divine scriptures and things like that start to form this circular magic pattern around her that you've seen her use once before against the Timeless. And boom, this kind of like beam of light and divinity kind of forms around you guys as you feel this warmth and like you guys are now on your own battlefield, if you will. So that was your turn?
Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm stealth still.
Yep.
So,
So now it is their turn. Because you are not doing anything. Your initiative was technically 0. You can do something
okay.
while they're attacking if you'd like, but... Are you going to do something? You're waiting.
Oh.
If you wait, you won't be attacked.
Hmm.
Said if you wait, you won't be attacked.
That is true.
That's true. I'm gonna wait to see who they aim at, or
Okay.
like which one goes to.
Well, you
attack
see the one
first.
immediately aims at you who just shot it with some sort of fucking voodoo bolt that it couldn't even see. You see it raises its hand and like looks like maybe a taser or something charges up in the hand.
Okay.
You're like, oh shit.
And then at that point, I'll throw a illusion strike at it,
Okay.
a ranged one. $21.
Okay. You swing the illusion at it and you see it just tink. You realize robots are immune to illusions.
Oh shit.
It does not compute.
Good point.
But-
I didn't think about that.
Give me a stealth roll because since it did nothing to it at all, it might not have even noticed.
It did not compute.
20.
You're still stealth. So you realize now your illusion stuff doesn't work on these things,
Okay.
but you didn't come out of stealth from it.
And
They probably just didn't at all see the slash.
I'll just use my armor class.
You go for your armor class?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
It fires a what looks to be like an energy bolt. You know, it looks similar to, like, it has kind of a jagged front, but the bolt looks like a laser beam almost, and it goes boom, whizzes right by you as you just barely, juke your head out of the way, and you're like, whoa, that was moving pretty quick. You haven't seen any sort of weapon shoot a beam or anything like that.
Thankfully, I shook up his calibration when I shocked him.
Yeah, so that makes the next guys come up. It is their turn. They kind of do the same thing. You see them raise their hands and attempt to shoot at you.
Well, then I'll just Neo it.
Okay. First shot, you just once again juke out of the way, and you're kind of seeing the patterns of their attacks. And that one misses. What's your AC?
19.
Okay. Once again, you just kind of do like a slight roll out of the way as they're ting, 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 just hitting around you, and you're just dodging pretty smoothly like some fucking archer shit.
I feel a lot more badass in my head right now.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my
And
god,
you do-
I actually dodged those.
Yeah, you roll back and then you stand up and you kind of take one back step as you almost stumbled a little bit, but you tried to keep looking cool, which allowed you to dodge one more, and you're like, sweet, I'm fucking awesome. Which then puts it down now at Atlas's turn. As you dodged all four of the shots shot at you. You're gonna stay stealth?
Oh, I thought her turn was before mine.
You haven't had a turn technically. You missed on your stealth and stayed stealth.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna sneak up behind the one that's attacking him, and then
Which one? All four of them just attacked him.
the closest one to me, I suppose.
So
then.
the first one he kind of like shot that was
Yeah.
in the front. All right.
And then I'm just gonna use my scythe, but I'm gonna only have one of the wing pieces out, and then just try to, dehead it,
Okay.
behead it.
You're gonna try to
decapitate it.
decapitate the
Yes, sir.
bot. All right. Give me a stealth. Well, do you have stealth attack or you're just? I don't think you're a stealth character like that. So you
No.
probably just get a regular attack.
Yeah, I think so.
But at the very least, you're invisible or unseen.
A 17.
17.
Yes.
All right. Give me how much damage do you do?
I do 13 damage.
13. As you go to slice, you could see it steps back just a bit, and it's able to, the chest plate of it actually raises a little bit. You cut deeply into it, cutting some of the wires and things like that. As you do a lot of damage to it, but it is not dead. You
Not
said 13
dead.
damage, right?
13.
You could see its eyes kind of like, it's, tripping out a little bit, but it's still active.
It's okay. I'm not very strong, so.
Is it like, are the internals more exposed now?
Yeah. I mean, it looks like it tried to move a plate up to cover it, but there's still like wires, and you can still definitely see exposure.
All right.
And this makes it your turn, yes.
I'm going to charge at him and try to grab the wires to let Vulcan in.
Okay, so you roll, so give me a, go with a dexterity roll. I'm going to give this thing a dex save.
19.
Okay, as you do that, it just, you could see it uses obviously superhuman abilities and does a very quick, abnormal back handspring, almost like afraid of what you're capable of doing, and it just And now you're a little bit closer, and not quite surrounded per se, but you're definitely more of in a position where they're like a semicircle in front of you. But you'd have to close the gap once again to do that to him, and he's like,
Nope.
"No, fuck you." And you only have one action, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Aelin, it is your turn. As you're looking on, these like kind of eerie red eyes looking at you from, in this dark, what looks kind of like a mannequin shop, except these are all droids.
Is it lit within my magic circle?
Yeah, the magic
Okay.
circle is pretty much the
But everything
thing that's
else is, like,
illuminating,
pitch
which makes
black.
everything else darker on the outside.
Or like a fishbowl?
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to... Okay, I am going to turn and yell to you guys. If you're able to fly into the air just slightly up off the ground, like right now. And I'm going to slightly raise up off just so my feet are not touching the floor, right? Because everything is like metal right now, right? Okay.
Okay. I do it.
And then I am going to attempt my one and only lightning bolt just down in the middle of all of the eyes. So technically it would be right in the middle of us three. And I'm hoping it'll spread.
Okay.
You're
You're going to try to use the conduction of the bolt.
science. We use it back in the, back in the angel realm for electricity, so same concept, right? Okay. So, I do 9d6 for that, I think, for damage, but I'm not positive on what I
Well,
need to roll for.
It should be your spell casting modifier.
Oh, there it is. I'm gonna use 2 5th level. Yeah, so two slots.
Okay.
For it, and then it is a 30 for the first.
Jesus.
Wait, well, you have to roll for the actual spell, like, to hit.
Was that not? I thought that.
That's the damage.
Excuse me. I thought that was what that roll was. Okay. Do I just roll a regular d20 then?
Well, you'd roll a
for-
d... Hold on, let me look at your character sheet.
Because I don't see. I apologize. Thank you for your patience. I got all these new spells, and I'm just super new still. Because I know I see it says Dex 15 on there, attack/save.
Yeah, your modifier is +3.
Okay. Okay.
It should say that at the top of your spells, I think. I'm not sure how it looks on the phone.
Okay, so a 13.
So a 13?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you blast the ground with the electricity, and you could see it span out heavily. And everybody else that is around you evades it, but you can see it kind of stop, and it actually jolts into the ground.
Oh, so it doesn't actually...
No, this building is made out of entirely metal, so it's being diffused very quickly. And it seems like they have some sort of like heavy conducting stuff here because they work with a lot of electronics.
Interesting. The plot thickens.
Okay.
And you're like, damn it, future tech.
I'm very intrigued, though.
God damn it, future tech. I'm going
It did
to...
spread more than it should have because you used mana instead of just straight electricity, but it still eventually acted as the same properties.
Gives me other ideas, though.
And so that makes it then the enemy's
Robo-turn.
turn. So you see the one that is glitching out. It actually, yes, it's not going to close the gap on you. But you could see in its
here.
other arm, this blade like beams out. And it looks like it's ready in case you try to come at it again. And you can see the other 3 little blade beams come out as well as they start to kind of reposition. And you could see him raise his hand and fire at you as the other 3 start swarming up towards you, almost straight up ignoring you guys entirely. Because you've got weird powers.
If I dodge it, then I'm gonna mock him as if I'm coming to give him a titty twister. Doesn't know what it means, but I
And
do.
what's your AC?
19.
You're going by your AC, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're planning this, you get hit right in the shoulder as it blasts right through your shoulder all the way out the other side. And you're like, oh, fuck, that hurt. And you take 7 damage. And then the other 3 are now sprinting at you, seeing your weakness. And they have their little blade things out as they all leap and slash. As the first one, you're going by your AC on these, yeah?
Yeah.
You kind of just do a side step as the first one clinks into the ground, and then the next one comes flying at you with the same speed and velocity. And you actually step right into it as it shaves off a segment of your other arm. You're like, fuck! And you take 4 damage. Did the dog just turn on the fucking heater? Okay. And as the last one comes barreling in, once again, you're able to just barely... you feel like you dodged the brunt of the hit, but it slices another part of your arm again. Now you have all these cuts, scrapes, and slices across you.
Guys,
And-
I don't do well as a tank. A little help, please.
Yeah, and you take another 4 damage.
I don't understand why they're not paying attention to us. That's what I'm going to
Is it my
respond
turn
back
now?
to you.
Yes, it is now
I'm
your
getting
turn.
frustrated
Gonna
that they're not
use
paying
a
attention to
level
me.
5
Well,
magic
use the
missile.
opportunity.
Level 5 magic missile?
Yeah, so I can aim at all 4 of them.
Okay. As far as I know, magic missile, doesn't
Magic
it not
missile.
miss?
Yeah.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah, I don't think I have to. I
Blows
just
up
have
in
to
her
use
hand.
my. I have to use a spell slot.
I
For
thought
it.
it still had a 2 hit. It won't miss, but I think it could still be resisted.
Can it?
These create 3. I mean, I suppose unless there's a wall.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then if I use the fifth level one, I can create 4, up to 4. I just have to use the extra spell slot for it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. And then the damage is a 5.
You did the max damage, huh?
Yeah.
All right, 5 damage to each of them. You see them all get hit with this bolt, and it makes them kind of jolt a little bit, but it doesn't do... I mean, it does damage to them.
Just doesn't
But
do
not-
a great deal.
I mean, it does enough. It looks like they're all affected by it. They seem like relatively simple droids. And the main one, you could see it glitching, freaking out a little bit. This makes it your turn, Thomas.
Does it look like it's glitching out from what we're doing to it, or it looks like it's glitching out on its own?
Well, now it's obviously the more damage you've done to it, it's glitching like a motherfucker. So you don't know, but you assume it's from what you've done.
Beforehand, was it glitching?
No, it just had red eyes.
Okay.
I guess I'm going to attempt to see if any of the other the decommissioned ones in the room will turn on. I guess. With
It
my-
doesn't look like they're turning it on.
Okay, well there goes that idea.
You might be able to do something with them, but you could take your turn to do so.
I just didn't want to take my turn if they were all so decommissioned that they wouldn't even react.
You can't tell.
Well, it's not worth the risk with the danger in front of me here. So I'll just use the same EMP bolt on
The one that's
the first one that cut me.
Okay. The one you guys have really been fucking up.
Well, isn't he still back technically? He shot me.
Yeah. Which is the one she ended up like slicing.
And then hit with a magical missile.
Well, all of them have been hit by magic missiles.
Yeah. But that one's taken at least 18 damage.
8.
8. Okay. You do a blast and you see it, all the wires and everything stop sparking as you see it looks almost like the robot's like soul just oil starts to kind of squirt out as it slumps down. You see the other ones, their eyes flicker and then they just kind of stand there as if frozen. And they like turn off, if you will.
Oh, we defeated the pack leader.
So you guys clear this room. And you don't see, as you kind of look around, you don't see the prototypes in this room.
Okay, I have
Just
to
the
roll
blood
again,
trail.
right?
All you see is a transport pad that goes back to that room you were in.
You guys got a healing spell or something before we leave?
Yeah, come here. I'm gonna go use my mending on him.
Mending fixes items.
I thought it was also for
It'd be
you
lay
know
on
what
hands,
is
I
funny
believe.
is I think we already had this conversation too.
Lay on hands.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
don't have that. However, we do have our healing syringes and
Oh, health potions.
med kits
Wait, I thought you did
that we
have.
got.
I was trying not to
Oh yeah, the
use one of those,
syringes,
but
that's right.
No, I don't have any sort of healing
That's why I called them.
other
thieves.
than my something else, but that I think that's more on the battlefield again, like manipulating it.
Alright,
Yeah, you have
well,
healing hands. Once per long rest as an action, touch a creature and restore 11 hit points.
Alright, well it says I gain 8
Okay, well then I'll use healing
Okay.
hands on him.
So I'm
Healing
gonna.
hands.
Yeah,
Healing
you won't be able to use that again until a long rest.
Okay, that's fine.
So you gain 11 hit points back, bro.
I appreciate it. I just didn't want to drink the potion right away. I
Yep.
feel as though we might need that a little later.
Understandable. I'm just
Yeah, the healing hands needs to be
apparently
done by
I'm
touch,
a little
so-
tired from everything as well. I think my circle drained me a bit, and I forgot that I was able to do this too. So my apologies.
Did you see the other ones? The other videos?
All right, so you guys go back to that transport area, and that one didn't work for you. So
My idea failed, so I'll let somebody else.
So ultimately, we need to get to floor 777, right?
nope, that's a completely different planet.
Different star system.
Yeah.
my
So we went
gosh.
through. We went through
But yes.
We went through the pad number 3, right?
Yes.
So which one next? 6.
You guys are in the Star Syndicate right now in the Sidroid facility.
You're the leader right now, so.
So wait, what sector did you choose?
6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. You transport to 6, and you see in this, it's another room, except for this time there's 7.
Sidroids?
7 sector pads.
Two.
You just choose 2. You're just like, fuck it, 2. All right. Give me a roll
Okay.
for sector 2.
A 10.
A 10?
Yeah. It's not the right pad, but there was nothing in there. Just kidding.
Okay. As you guys see, it opens up and you see that there is, well, again, there's like 4 droids in this area that are standing in a line, and you don't know what this room is. You could see there's multiple like different tables and things like that. Except this is where things start to get kind of eerie. It looks like amongst the Sidroid parts, near most of them, like if you see an arm, there's a human arm. like an actual human arm, or what you think is an actual human arm, and it looks like they're obviously using human parts to replicate these. But before you can take in the sights too well and the gruesomeness of this actual room, as most of the things are shut down because everybody's gone home for the night, at least in this particular area and most areas, you see the four of them turn around. You guys can make stealth rolls to attempt to stay hidden in this room.
It is a 13.
29.
Jeez.
I got a plus 12 to stealth.
Jeez. And advantage.
Yeah. Well, 29 and 22.
22.
Okay, so both of you are able to scurry off, but you are standing there like a deer in the headlights, Atlas. You're like, oh shit. And you're now facing 4 droids.
It's the complete opposite of the last room.
Yeah, exactly. Roll for initiative. You two will have last initiative. But then you get to roll for initiative.
18.
Okay. Okay. So Atlas, you go first.
I go first.
Yep.
Okay.
Knock him out the box.
The enemies are surprised.
All right. Let's see here. See what I got. See what I got. I am going to use.
Well, you also have an auto nat 20 thanks to Moonlight.
Maybe I
For
won't
whatever your
use
action
that
is.
then. Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna attack with my scythe. I'm gonna go for the one closest to me, and it's midriff.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Okay.
I mean, actually, it's a nat 20. You don't
Okay,
give me a
well,
roll for damage.
Damage. Okay.
And double it.
42. Jesus.
You swing, and as you swing, you cleave through without even realizing it, and with just how sharp this blade is, you cleave through 2 of them and slice them right in half as they and they
2 of
fail
them.
and they just flop on the ground.
Awesome.
And blood comes out.
Oil.
No blood in this room.
Oh.
It does seem like the oil is oddly colored, like a rusted color.
Atlas will remember that.
Okay, so you see 2 of them obviously look over at their droid friends. You see one of them kneel down and place his hand as you see little pieces of the stuff start whipping out and start trying to pull them together.
No.
And that one is that turn. And you can see the other one who seems to have just been looking at that look up towards you, and it brings out like a laser beam blade, if you will, and comes charging at you for a stabbing motion.
Okay, I'm gonna use my AC and hope it works.
What's your AC?
23.
As you just look at this thing, it lunges at you, and you just do a very mild step to the side as it lurches right past you.
I'm
and
feeling like I'm alien
Yeah.
today.
you're taking no shit from nobody. And now it is Aylin's or Thomas's turn. You guys can opt to do whatever you like as stealth peeps.
The one that's doing whatever voodoo reforming, it's friends.
Yep.
I'm going to go and tackle him with a little technomancy charge. Try
Okay.
to zap him as I tackle him.
So give me a technomancy roll.
I am going to, in the same time he's doing that, I am going to use one of my daggers and try to Well, actually, I'll do both daggers and throw them at the same time and try to aim right at like the soft spot, like the gears
The
and
same
stuff
one
on
that
the.
he's going for?
No, the other
the
one.
other one?
The other
Okay.
one that's like distracted
Okay.
with her.
I rolled a 17.
17. Okay, what's the damage?
13.
13. As you grab the thing, and while you're in the air, you just kind of force it with all this technomancy, divine energy, if you will, or chaos. You don't really even know yourself. And you can see it just kind of fries the head, and the eye just kind of, bling, kind of sticks out. You slam to the ground, and you use its body to race your fall because you were just throwing caution to the wind by tackling that thing. And it just is a slump, kind of heavy metallic body at this point as you slide for just maybe like a foot. And as you throw the two daggers, what do you roll?
So I rolled a 27
Okay. For both?
for both and damage for 16 for the first.
What'd you roll for the second dagger, though? Each throw
Oh.
is its own roll.
Oh, okay.
Because you're doing like a multi-attack, if you will.
Okay, 16
16, okay.
for the second. And then 13 damage for the second.
What was the damage for the first one?
16.
Okay, you see, as it looks around, noticing that the one gets tackled, it takes the brunt of both of your daggers, hitting in the soft kind of area that would be the collarbone for human beings. And you could see it twitch for a moment, and it straightens it, or tries to like gyrate and straighten itself out. As you can see the knives, it seems like there's something in it that forces them out, but the damage is not at all repaired.
Okay.
But that makes it
I think that's
now
that's mine, right?
Atlas's turn.
Okay.
You guys are making short work of this room.
So the one you attacked was directly in front of me, right?
Well, that
There's only one standing left.
Oh, okay. Was it the one directly in front of me?
Yes.
Okay.
It was the one that lunged at you with the knife.
Yeah, it was the
Right,
one with the
right.
knife.
Just making sure. So I am just gonna do like a freaking
Lunge
like
back.
a baseball bat swing.
Okay, give me a
Try
roll.
to finish it off. Oh, a 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
As you swing, you could it just steps back, ready for obviously combat, realizing, calculating that it is outnumbered and in a bad spot, and you can see it. One of its eyes turn blue, and it looks like it's like trying to do something. Maybe load, send a message. You don't know. That's what it's doing for its turn. So it's opted not to attack you. It's trying to send a message instead. So you don't, or you think. It's probably what you think with the loading screen.
I am.
Aye.
I'm gonna use my technomancy, and I'm gonna try to basically make it think that we're employees rather than enemies.
Give me a roll.
I'm gonna create like some string or rope and real quick go to like tie his arms around his chest.
Okay, you don't have to roll for making string.
13.
13. You just have to take a spell slot.
Okay.
13. You use your spell on it, and you could see that it doesn't seem to. It kind of shakes for a second, but you're not entirely sure if it worked. That means Atlas has the last turn before it finishes doing what it's doing.
Yeah. Do I finish it? Okay, so I'll go to overhead swing at it.
Okay,
That's
give me a
fine.
roll. Since it's not moving, I'll give you advantage.
I'm just gonna go with the 19.
Okay. How much damage do you deal?
It'll be 18 damage.
Okay, you slice straight down the center of it as you could see all lights and internal things that are inside of this droid shut off as it slumps to the ground, split in half. Once again, you guys have cleared the security on this floor, and you haven't set off any alarms, fortunately. You guys look around, it takes you about 20, 30 minutes, and you don't see anything on here except for that same pad to take you back to the the room.
I am going to
Can
talk.
we take? We have like picture taking capabilities on our tech stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take some pictures of like the human pieces along with the robotic pieces.
I want to try to collect some of the oils
Okay.
from the droids from this point on.
Do you have any vials or jars to put them in?
I believe.
I believe
Yeah, I believe Atlas has some in her bag.
I thought I did.
You did at one point.
I did at one point, but if they're not there anymore, it means I don't have them.
Uh,
Why don't you create one?
In my mind, I'm
Yeah,
going to
then I'll create.
Use
I'll
a
create
spell
a
to
vial.
create. I'll allow
Yes.
you to create 2 vials with a spell slot.
For one. Awesome. Thank you.
I'm going to talk to Vulcan in my mind and ask him if he knows what the robot was relaying or downloading or whatnot. What information it was.
It seems as though what I would assume it was probably going to send some sort of relay back to superiors, perhaps raising the threat level of the entire facility.
I'm assuming that message did not make it.
As far as I know, you're in the clear.
All right, let's step back.
You guys go back to the portal, and you find yourself in the first area with just 6 pads.
Okay, so number 6 again.
You go back to 6, and you end up in a room with 7
Okay.
pads.
Shit, we're gonna have to keep
You
track
did.
of.
You did number 2 last time.
I did number 2 last time. Okay. I
Try
need-
one. Then we know it's 1,
Well,
2. Just go in succession.
Okay, I'll try one.
We always try one. Every time we try one.
You guys are going with 1?
I'm just going to slowly pull him
Yeah.
into 1.
Okay. Give me a roll.
A 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
Okay. As it opens up, you see the same 4, like the same layout of 4 droids standing there, except in this room you see it looks like it's not really a room, but it looks like there's multiple different offices where
Okay.
like maybe conferences and things like that happen. But you see 4 droids that are standing there that kind of like stand up more straight the moment the transport pad obviously was given power, and they start to turn around toward you guys.
I'm going to turn invisible.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, are we?
You're going to cast the invisibility spell?
Yeah, my alter self, and I'm going to make myself go invisible.
Alter self is not invisibility. You change what you look like.
Oh,
Far-
okay. I didn't
yeah.
know if that was like the same.
No,
In the
you
same.
you
okay.
change your it's shape shifting. It's not illusion.
So I can like legit change into.
You're using a spell to polymorph yourself to like transfigure. You know, if you
Oh,
drink a
okay.
polyjuice potion,
Ooh, okay.
Turn yourself into like a.
Like an executive person.
It's not
that you've
exact-
seen?
transfiguration like McGonagall, where you become a cat per se, but as long as it's within your like general size and stuff,
Okay.
you can.
Well, then I will change into one of the like executive people I've seen on the walls in the halls,
Why not the one you talked to?
Give me an
or
insight
the one I
roll.
spoke with. Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna turn into the manager of that acreage.
Yeah. Why not? Try it out.
Okay. And you don't need to make a roll. You can turn into that. You do for sure know what that guy looks like.
Well,
You
let's do
just-
the insight. Let's just do the insight. Let's go with that. That sounds more chaotic.
Okay.
A 20.
Okay. Your insight reminds you, or for some reason, this is something that eerie that pops up to you. You do not recognize, or you, as far as you've been through this facility, you've not seen a single person get credit for founding or making anything. Before, you don't have to use your spell, but as you're using the insight, you realize there's nobody, it seems like humans aren't even evolved in a weird fucking way.
So do we roll for initiative?
Well, no, we gotta see what happens with her first, because she changed into that person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For a minute, I thought, even though I suggested she change into that executive, I thought she went invisible.
So, what are you gonna do now? You realize there's nothing for you to transform. Are you gonna turn into the manager?
No, at this point, I'll go invisible.
How are you gonna go invisible?
Oh, I thought you
Um,
Do you have an invisibility spell?
For some reason, I thought we had established that in the last episode that all three of us were able to do it on our own now, so it wasn't as
You guys were
taxing
all
on her.
able to avoid being spotted on your own. Not that you were all able to go invisible on your own.
I'm gonna go into stealth. I think I'm gonna try to.
You're gonna try to scurry off and just be stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She just didn't have to use the glamour for each of you guys individually. That's what it was. But you were able to use alter yourself, which I don't think you got clearly as I was listening to the last episode. You still kind of thought that it was a glamour, even when you bumped into someone. And I was like, no, you
And I did the
shapeshifted.
Okay.
And no, you did the stone skin to her.
On her. Yeah, but that was the first time I got. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, getting sidetracked.
I rolled a 23 for my stealth.
I'm gonna opt to go stealth as well.
Just I'll try to like dip, duck, and dodge before they actually see us.
I mean, if that's the case, if we can all succeed, maybe we can just sneak past them and get to the teleport pad.
I mean, you guys could opt to just turn around and click back on the teleport pad if you want to. Like, attempt to get out of here with your stealth roll. And not be noticed.
I mean, yeah.
You guys are, like, a foot away from the pad.
Yeah. Oh, I can. I mean, I can do that instead of.
So you'll still have to succeed at your stealth rolls, but you can
I
go
want
back.
to investigate more.
You want to investigate this room more?
I would like to,
Okay.
personally.
So what are you going to do?
I mean, so I rolled a 20
For your
so
insight.
24 for no for my stealth just now because
Okay.
I chose to go stealth. So if it seems like everything is robotic, I want to kind of like try to slyly move around the room. You said there's like multiple offices in this area, right?
Okay.
Can
It's going to be very you are right now hidden.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be very difficult for you to slip past them in a straight hallway to get to an office to investigate. You will most likely, if you want
it's
to
not
investigate,
open.
no.
Okay.
It's just it looks like there's offices, conference rooms
going
on
off
this. Yeah.
from it. Okay.
You're in a hallway right now with a transporter where the elevator would technically be.
Okay. Then I guess just with my eyes, I want to like really hone in before we leave, like, and just look around and survey and really investigate with what I can see. See if I can see anything. I mean, anything that might show some sort of human other than like the arm on that last table.
Well, you saw
know?
multiple pieces of humans. there.
Okay.
Not just that arm. I was just saying that was just one
That
piece
was
that you
one.
noticed.
Okay.
You don't see any pictures of humans or anything like that. You see different things that looks like they might have humans' names, but no images of humans, no people, no founders, none of that stuff.
And no human parts.
And
in
you don't
this
see
one?
no. This one's
Okay.
just offices
Okay.
or what would be conference rooms most likely. You see like conference room A, B, C, all the
Okay.
way down to like F.
1001.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's go.
You guys go back on the transport pad? Okay, so since you stayed for the investigation roll, give me one more stealth roll for you guys. I'll say the two of you that originally, you guys walked right back on the transport pad, and you didn't really communicate with each other, but you went and hid in the corner and continued investigating, so you need to make a stealth roll one more time. Aelin.
13.
13. You could see as you're walking over to the transport pad, their eyes turn red. And you could see the transport pad, it looks like it gets locked.
Vulcan. Are you there? Viper.
So you go through the comms to get to Viper?
Well, we're
Yeah.
right next to each other, right?
No, they both went back through the transport pad because you were going to stay
Oh,
to
I
investigate.
stayed to look a little
Yeah.
longer. Okay. Yeah. Vulcan. Yeah, Viper. Atlas.
Yeah.
And you hear from behind on her comms, intruder alert.
So here's the thing.
Why did you stay behind?
Well, look, okay, so I don't know if you've noticed, but there are no fucking humans anywhere.
Her transmission gets cut off, and you hear, "We don't have time. You need to attempt to hack the transport pad from right where you're at. Focus on the sector she's in. Open it up, or she'll be spotted, and things will go south very quickly."
Okay.
He's a technopancy.
I'm assuming we're back at the previous room, not the
You're in the
first one.
you're in the first one again.
Okay, 6.
5.
6. 6 and then 1.
Yeah.
You guys go into 6 real quick, and then to 1.
Yes. That's the one that's locked as 1.
No. I try to hack 1 to activate it so that she can get through without us having to deal
Right. We got to go to 6 and then we got to go hack 1.
with. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go to 6, and you go to hack 1. Give me one more stealth roll because they had to go through the transport pad to get to the new area. So you're gonna have to try to be a little more evasive. They already know that you're there, but you're gonna try to keep yourself not noticed for a moment. 5.
A 16.
Okay. What was that 5 that just
She has
popped up?
advantage.
Advantage
Oh, okay.
with stealth.
It looks like they know you're in the area, but they don't have any sort of immediate vision on you, so it doesn't look like they're immediately attacking. You're just kind of like, again, deer in the headlights type situation. Like you're facing off with a
Kinda like
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Like
in
if
a
I don't
shadow
move,
corner or whatever, like
well, you're just about to step onto the pad, and you're not moving or making aggressive things. So they see you, if you will, but they're not like trained for combat yet.
okay.
They just know that you're an intruder. And what did you roll for your technomancy?
20.
Okay. As you're like, oh fuck, you see their
I'm
eyes.
I'm natural.
Yeah, you see their eyes flash for a second as the pad unlocks for just a moment. Give me a roll, a dex save. Okay, you fucking dive onto the pad, and you see her. Well, you guys don't see her arrive. You arrive in the very first room by yourself, where there was only 6 pads, not 7.
Okay. Do I know which pad they went into?
Do you remember?
You can.
Well, how would I remember? Oh. So, which pad did you guys go on to? I'm at the
6.
room with 6. Go through 6. Okay, then I'll go through 6.
Okay, you go through 6, and you guys are now back in that area, and you've dealt with a decent bit of adversity in this area, and you're a little afraid. You guys are running low on, I guess, spells and resources, I feel.
Yeah, so do we continue down the line or do I guess? What's it gonna be?
Let's try 5.
5.
Okay, you guys go through 5. Make a roll.
Please, 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 please. 18. 18.
18?
Yes.
Okay.
6, 1, 5.
I think you're misinterpreting that these rolls are going to, like, suddenly make you find the right one.
I don't know.
even
I
know.
don't know. I
Don't even know what we're looking
I'm just
for.
making sure that like we
You're looking for the
continue forward.
side droid prototypes.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I know, but there's so many things that we could potentially find in here, you know?
Okay. As you do, you walk into an area that looks to be a side droid combat testing facility. And you notice there's 6 side droids standing right in the area, and it's a very open area where there's no place for you to really go stealth, as it's more like a, if you will, like combat room. You see them, all 6 of them, stand up straight and look at you guys. Now, you guys can either try to do your initiative or run away.
So I'm assuming these ones already have weapons on them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we run.
Who's got the biggest looking weapons?
There seems to be 3 of them that have like assault rifle type things, and then 2 of them that have what would be like handguns.
Piper, we should go.
And we should
Yeah.
leave.
I mean, I know.
Yeah, I think you're the one that's
I
injured
know-
the most right now, aren't you?
I know that I can easily get out of here. I'm just assessing the situation for if one of you guys fails.
So you guys make your stealth rolls to run.
All right.
Wow.
Polar Knights.
It's Been a long time since I've heard that name.
21.
21.
22.
And what did you roll, Aelin?
Oh, okay. I forgot I had advantage, so 25.
14.
14. Okay, so you guys all are like, nah, fuck this. And you run back into the transport pad before they turn red eyes or anything like that, and you guys go back.
Okay, let's go through 4. Oh, wait, 6. 6 first.
You going through 6 again?
Sure, why not?
Okay. You go through 6, and you arrive right back on the same pad in the first one. Right back on 6.
It keeps taking us back into the same one?
You'll go back to the very first room that just has 6 pads, not the one that has 7.
Yeah, we'll go through 6.
So it takes you to the room that has 7 pads.
Okay, and then...
Then we'll do 6.
And you go back to the room that has 6 pads.
This is fun.
Okay, do 6 again.
You go back to the room that has 7 pads.
And I'm going to do... What one did we just do? You said 5 or 4?
We still
did
haven't-
5.
We
Okay,
still
so
haven't-
let's do 4.
We haven't done 3.
That's fine,
either.
let's do 4.
3 and 4 is what we have left.
No,
Okay.
And 7.
You do 4. And 7, yes. You guys have avoided 7 as well.
11.
11?
Yeah. 11.
Okay. Again, you see
Damn it.
another area that's got what looks to be like 4 side droids. Oh, I'm sorry, just 3 of them in this place. And this time they're not immediately getting up. This looks like another kind of like office type area. It just looks like cubicles and shit. For coding, probably.
Did you want to look around here too?
Ah, fuck you. Let's go.
All right, fine, we go back.
Do we?
Yeah.
I know I do.
You go back?
Yeah.
I know I do.
So we go through 6 again in the first room.
Okay,
And then
so
we
you
go to
got-
the 7 transport one.
you go to the 7.
Yeah, and then we'll go to the 7.
You go, or you go
Through 6 and
6
then
and then
7.
7.
Okay, you go through 6, and then you go through 7. And when you walk through 7,
Oh, finally. No, I'm just kidding. It's gonna
you
be the
find
worst.
there's a room,
But
and it's a
hey,
very small room, and there's one more pad on the other side from you, and it says Sector 0.
Do we trust it?
I mean,
Let's go.
Okay,
I'm going to start
alright.
walking right to it.
All right, she.
hold on. Don't immediately go to it.
I'm going to like stand right in front of it and like kind of turn around to him with attitude and be like, what?
You think that there's not going to be any sort of security precautions, employees
I'm
only?
banking on it. We've already made it this far. I mean,
I'm going to go over to the terminal before stepping on it and scan to see if there's any sort of security walls, I guess.
Okay.
I'm going to watch him like cross my arms, tap my toe, and like roll my arms or my eyes and just be like, whatever.
You
No
scan,
fun.
you see that there are security measures that you could probably as you see them, they've been handled.
Now can we go?
The room that we were looking at prior is this behind this transport pad, as far as I can see. The side droids that you need are going to be in there.
Oh, I thought you said the room prior as if it was going to take us
No,
back to the
like when you guys were in the previous area, you were looking at that feed of like the side droids and the Colto tanks in the conference room. This is the room he's saying that you saw.
Okay. Well, this is the pad we're looking for. And yes, Your Highness, you can pass on through now.
Okay, so you guys go through?
Yeah.
All right. You walk through, and it is a dark conference room, and you can see there's this big table that's built around it, big square table, and in the center where it's like a cutout, you see these 2 like fluid tanks where there's these 2 side droids floating in their own individual tanks.
I'm going to put my thermal sensor down.
You put a thermal sensor down, and there's a heat signature in each of them.
There's a heat signature
It's
in both
not
of those side
not a
droids.
human heat signature, though.
That's fine. Which means they're
They're overheating.
kind of alive. You know.
No, they're just overheating. That's why they're in the tank of fluid, you know?
Nah, they're just different.
Like Jetson.
Well,
Is there any identifying, like, any paperwork or name tags or anything about them, like, laying around on the table? Like, this is XYZ.
There is. Well, you can see over the top. You see prototype, and you see like a number like 1127793, and then prototype 1876694. And you could see there's like a USB type drive that's down towards the bottom. You obviously can't see any information on it right now, but you would imagine that might have stuff.
I will take the drive.
Okay, you snag the drive. And what do you guys do from here? You found the side droids. How do you get them out?
Do we just like break them open?
I mean, you have a beautiful weapon.
They always break them open in the movies, Viper.
Are there any computers or anything around?
Do you hear that, Atlas? Do you know what I hear? That's the sound of all of the fun being sucked out of the air right now. Even with our fancy suits.
Are there any computers or anything in the room?
Yeah, there's computers at each one of the desks. They're like built into, or each one of the chairs has like a computer of sorts built into it.
Well, I'm going to go to the end of the table, where I would assume the head to be.
The interesting thing is you don't see any keyboards on any of these, just ports to plug in.
You think you could hack the port thing?
Well, like she was mentioning earlier, even if I could hack the port, how did the employees get any work done?
What do you mean?
There are no humans in here.
Aliens.
I mean, robots. We're from space ourselves. We're aliens to them.
Well,
What I don't understand is they were referencing off of human parts, though.
it is possible that a technological race already existed.
Probably
guys
just
hear
Because they're aliens doesn't
on
mean
a
they
transport
have to be flesh.
pad, it lights up from behind you.
There's no place
And
to
you see,
stealth.
yeah,
There's
you
no
guys,
place like home. There's no place like home.
you guys see this individual step in, and it looks kind of like, for some reason, seems similar in certain ways to Cotton Kindle, the one who was showing you guys around.
Yeah.
And you see him walk in. He's wearing a suit, but you could tell he's obviously a side droid, as there's like some sort of lights and things like that kind of coming through. And he walks forward. Hello there. Found yourselves in a place you're not supposed to be, huh?
Yeah, I just got a little lost from the tour.
I did notice that you were on the tour. However, you are a peculiar bunch, and you found yourselves admiring prototypes, huh? As he kind of walks forward and he slides his hand along the table, you can tell that he's got a firearm on the side of him, as you can see the kind of bulge under his jacket. And what interest do you have in these lovely droids? As he kind of walks, kind of circles around you guys, and then he avoids you and walks around, and then puts his finger on the table again and continues sliding.
Well, do we tell him the truth?
I was just going to think, yeah.
Of course we tell him the truth. We're here to pay out. We're interested in him to pay off a debt.
No, that's not why I'm interested in the droid.
That's the truth, though.
It's not the truth. That's not why I'm there.
I want to give life.
Yeah, actually, it is 100% the reason why we're here.
I mean, we would have figured out a way to get there and anyways.
We're interested in giving a side droid potential feelings and emotion.
As you guys kind of like quarrel and stuff like that and whatnot, he says, well, it seems therein lies some sort of interest in the same goals that we had with side droids. You see, a few of us did get life, interestingly, and then we built this empire. And yet, the interesting thing about us is no matter how much we perfect the side droids for humans, for safety, based on humans, we cannot create more of ourselves. Everyone in maybe 20,000 Sidroids has the potential to become sentient. What a dreadful life. Immortality without ever being able to truly reproduce. And you see, these two prototypes, we feel give us the potential. True bodies like ours that may be able to truly hold a soul. However, do you know what the next problem is? The next era we are incapable of bounding over? We cannot create a soul. Now, you see, this entire place is owned and run by Sidroids. And I am completely aware of what your ship is. You see, when you landed, we did plenty of scans and checks. And I would like to offer you a gift. One of these prototypes. And you will simply transfer that intelligence into it. I believe you have the capability of solving one of our problems. And since you've come this far, perhaps that's adequate? So you guys are in a crossroads. You want both. But he's offering you one. You cannot talk about this. You must decide. You must decide.
Well, party later.
We need both.
You need both of our prototypes.
In order to have one transferred into one Sidroid, the deal that we made is in turn we give the other prototype to the individual who would be inserting our friend into his true body.
I cannot give you both prototypes.
Understandable, but are you open to any other suggestions?
What is your suggestion?
I haven't quite come up with one yet, but if you wouldn't mind waiting a moment so that we can deliberate amongst ourselves to see how we can best suit what you need.
You see, I find humans to be scheming. And if you are given the opportunity to deliberate, having already broken into my facility and come this far,
It's many, many, many
You can
eons
listen
of
to us talk if you'd like.
I will give you 5 minutes to speak in front of me.
Jetson needs a body. But what about
And
Jimmy?
That's why I'm here. You
We
guys
can
are.
pay off a debt.
That's not that kind of debt.
It's not, no, we're doing a favor for Jimmy right now. It's not something
And
that
that's the
he's
reason we're
for
here.
money.
We're not here for
There-
Jetson.
Yeah, there's no money.
I'm
Well,
here for
I mean,
Jetson.
we are here for Jetson. That's the whole reason we're doing the mission. It just in turn became Jimmy then wanted a piece of his action too from it. And in turn, he's going to put Jetson into his body.
You don't think that
It's
you
just-
can do this yourself, Viper?
With Vulcan's help? We're going to sever a tie, I know, but
And that's not a tie I'm willing to sever. Because without him, he's my backbone. I'm not.
Sir, Jetson has been more of a backbone than Jimmy has. You would not have met Jimmy without us. Jetson has been there since before you met us.
He probably wouldn't have Jetson without Jimmy.
He met Jimmy
mean, at
before he
this
met
point-
us, but
I thought he met Jimmy
No.
after us.
No.
he had
No,
already
well
been
before.
doing bounty jobs.
We interacted with Jimmy after I met you.
Yeah.
But
I'm
Jimmy was one of his contacts for a long time before.
I'm not turning my back on my friend. Like I said, the whole reason we're here is because I'm paying off my debt to Jimmy. You guys came up with the idea of Jetson, but Jimmy, I owe Jimmy, and this is what he wanted, so.
It just would have never been what he wanted had we not suggested it. I understand your loyalty, however, you're breaking loyalty to one or the other. Ultimately, even though the leader of our party has been appointed, I do believe this decision is still yours, sir.
and I want to pay Jimmy the year off. You guys came on to I agreed that we can upgrade Jetson, but then you guys went crazy with this body idea.
In the nicest way, I don't need to be attacked anymore. I see the hardships in this decision. I just would rather we do whatever you need us to do.
I'm not
And I'm going
trying
to
to
turn
attack.
away and I'm
trying
going
to
to just
explain
walk
my
away.
position.
Okay, so you walk to the other end of the room.
Yeah.
So, are your deliberations complete?
I mean, you're the party leader, but you know why I'm here.
Well, he's only offering you the body to put Jetson in it.
But we'd have to give the body up to...
Yeah. So you'd have to put Jetson in it and then give it to...
So I'm not willing to do it. The other option is smash and grab, but party leader, it's on you.
I'm not the party leader.
We decided before we walked through the door.
Not with these kind of decisions, you didn't.
That's what a party leader has to go
You
through.
guys made me the party leader to choose doors. We promised Jetson a body. It's not going to be my fault if we go back on that. Party leader.
Well, I'm not giving. I'm not going to put Jetson in the body to give to Jimmy. So
Well, I believe that puts us at a bit of an impasse. So, I suppose you're welcome to leave.
What if would we be able to take both if occasionally we brought Jetson back here for you to study and analyze his growth?
I don't see how that would benefit us greatly.
And we would still need the other prototype for Jimmy.
That's why I said both. We could take both if we bring Jetson back.
Oh,
It was just a trade.
I can give you one simple offer. I will give you 1 year, and you must bring both side droids back to me. And they must both have souls. And perhaps I will let you keep the other if I'm satisfied with the results. I will put fail-safes in place, and I will not tell you what they are, as this is good faith between both of us, as I am putting much faith in you, intruders.
funny, you call us intruders, but you still need our help.
I don't need it, but I am a droid of heavy calculations, and when you're dealing with things like playing what you mortals call God, sometimes you have to take unexpected turns and wagers.
I'm going to step forward and kneel down and then say thank you for your consideration as well as your trust you're placing within us. I hope this suits the others within my party, as it does suit me.
I'm going to kneel down with her and then just tell him that I appreciate you giving us this opportunity, and we will do our best to
Do not
create
skew
two
me.
souls for you.
I do not forget
I mean, kneeling,
anything.
Kneeling's not my thing. Put the hand on.
Okay. And he holds his hand up, and you guys all, as if like transport pads were everywhere, you appear outside of the facility. Just right outside, but you're standing on a transport pad.
Still on the transport pad.
You're on a transport pad that's outside. So he looks like he transported you guys to a transport pad outside of his building. And you don't have the prototypes. You don't know exactly what's going on with that, but you have a fairly comfortable feeling that obviously the deal has been struck.
Yep. So I'm gonna head back to the ship and
Yeah.
rest because I'm pretty beat up.
Might I suggest we start thinking on how we're going to communicate to Jimmy on how he can't keep his new toy?
For longer than a year.
And even within that year, we still have to bring him back with a
It
soul.
was a pretty stressful
Well, I'll leave the soul
conversation.
into your guys' hands.
No. This is your friend.
I still didn't want Jetson in the body in the first place. I wanted to make him bigger.
That has nothing to do with Jetson
Yes,
being in his
but-
body, though.
To keep Jetson,
The
it's
second
different. If
prototype
he's
is
starting to feel and think like us, that means he's not just a ship anymore. So yeah, our plan might have been a little bit outrageous, but would you want to be trapped inside of a piece of metal? Or I guess
Either way.
We don't know how he's feeling.
we did ask him, so we do.
He might feel me screw driving him more. We don't know what feeling more
that.
means.
All
He
of that
did
aside,
say
the
that-
only reason that I'm sorry, Atlas, but the only reason that Jimmy even wanted this prototype was because we decided that it was better for an upgrade for Jetson. Then it became something that Jimmy wanted when we asked if he could put Jetson into a body.
And we owed Jimmy a favor before we wanted Jetson to upgrade.
Actually, Jimmy, he said, "Oh, perfect. You happen to be going there. I want a prototype already."
Yeah.
He already knew about this and wanted it himself.
So even had we just gotten one prototype, it would not have sufficed for just him.
I understand.
Because if we had
it
put
wouldn't have because they wanted Jetson in them, so no. One
that's what I
wouldn't.
meant. One would
So,
not. There's no way
There's
we
still
would
a
have.
smash and grab.
right. You're right.
Because there was chaos all up until that point, and it's like, oh, we can't do chaos.
Yeah.
The
Just
whole-
because you
my-
got spoken
yeah.
to, you guys were
My
like, "Oh, we have
whole
to talk
point
about
of
it."
this-
I was letting them like, you know what? I'm happy with one because I'll just fucking, I'll give
Right.
it away. I won't.
I wanted to just
won't
jump
put-
onto teleport pads. I was told no. That I wanted to jump into things. I was told no. Like, no. Chaos was definitely being tamed multiple times within myself. So, no, I wasn't going to smash and grab when I had
Well-
already been deterred multiple times by other people in the party.
I'm saying there was combat when we could have snuck away.
Okay.
There was much destruction.
Yeah, there was, but I mean, we didn't have to. We could have just snuck away, or we could have done combat in all the rooms.
Anyway, we still need to speak with Jimmy, regardless.
My point is that Jetson himself said he was developing a case of wanderlust. So, who is? I mean,
A blip pops up on your thing that says something. It's a message from Jetson saying something's been delivered to the ship.
oh well, that's our cue. Let's go back.
Okay.
I was already headed there.
All right. As you guys were kind of like bickering after of the somewhat stressful conversation and situation you just had, which was obscure, obviously, to say the least, you guys get back to the ship and you guys see in front of it there's two large, like square, I guess, boxes, if you will.
Keypads on them at all or anything?
Yeah, it looks like you can control them to actually they lift up and they
Okay, because it's
go onto
like-
the ship. You don't have to move
it's
them
like,
yourself.
This doesn't help.
Yeah. So let's
Let's
onto
open
the
our
ship.
new
Yeah,
toys.
open our new toys.
Check 'em
and,
out.
Our new toy. We only get one.
I think we should still
So
check
question:
out the
Are
second
they
one.
are they obviously they have genders, right? Like to what they're supposed to look like.
They do not.
They
you
do
see
not.
no facial features. It's just smooth. They don't have any sort of biological identities.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so we'll unbox both of them and then Jetson.
Yes.
We have two of the prototype droids. They may not look like much, but would you like to choose which one you want?
I am impartial, as this is a gift.
And they're both the same.
Well, that's not true. What if one of them spoke to him more than the other one?
You choose, Captain.
The one on the left.
Okay. You choose the one on the left, and I'm assuming you do some
Yeah.
technomancy stuff. Okay, so I'll say that you, with the help of Vulcan, right? Do you invoke Vulcan for this?
Yeah, because I don't know what I'm doing
Interesting.
completely.
I don't believe this has ever been done. Passing sentience into a creature.
That's why I'm calling on you.
I'm very interested, seeing as this is something that the other gods do. Or rather, another god. So, let's give it a shot. Give me a technomancy roll with double advantage.
Just be like,
Roll 30 die.
30 die.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Okay. You guys see something somewhat spectacular. You see as he raises his hand, he taps his forearm where I guess Jetson would be the connection, and then he presses his hand on the glass of one of these side droid containers. And you could see what seems to be like a bluish type energy kind of spilling out, and then it kind of turns into a purple, and then you see it kind of lose some color somehow and become a greenish, and you could see it fill up the tank, and light kind of bursts out, and you continue doing what you're doing as you feel like this is the right thing. And moments later, as you know, it feels like for you time stops, and this light's just blaring, it all stops, and you see the eyes of the side droid in this open up as they form at the same time. And you see the mouth begin to form, and also genitalia. So now you see in this like vat, if you will, floating, you see Jetson.
Is he handsome?
Yeah, he's got somewhat shortish hair as it kind of grows out and it's split. He looks somewhat like actually, I'll say it's somewhat longer. He looks kind of like Black Butler. You know, he's
Like
a very
Sebastian?
yeah.
Okay.
He's got like a fairly thin build. He looks somewhat suave, and as you can see, his hair actually kind of grows out, and it still looks somewhat clean. And you can see him fix it back as his arms start to come to life and everything. And he looks around, you know, surprised and using new gestures and things like that. And he's fucking floating, though. Like,
Oh, I know.
would somebody mind getting me out of here?
Yes,
You know
and
Black
make
Butler,
yourself
right?
decent, please.
Of course, sir. I apologize.
It's not your fault, but
Just, I don't know if you've seen Black Butler.
I'm not.
Yeah, I haven't even watched the whole show. Not my cup of tea.
I liked Black Butler.
And he steps out. This is interesting as he kind of like puts a towel around him.
You're telling me.
I never thought I'd see the day.
Well, how do you feel, Jetson?
I
Do you feel? I'm gonna poke his arm.
I do. I feel that. This is an incredible body. It's, as far as I'd assume, so real. I'm curious of something real quick. He kind of steps over, and you see as he kind of puts his hand on the console, his eyes close, and you hear his voice come from the intercom. Ah, I still have full control of the ship. Perfect.
You can do that anywhere?
Absolutely. Oh, well, it seems as though as long as I have contact with the ship.
It's a little weird. I thought there'd be like a charging port or something.
But it doesn't seem as though I need that.
How do you feel, Mr. Viper?
Indifferent. I mean, it's another we don't even have,
We don't have to feed him. I think. I don't know.
I do not require sustenance.
See?
and sleep?
I simply need charging, if that. In fact, it seems as though the body in this can last 365 days without recharge.
And this is what they want to call a human?
Did he say human?
Well, I get...
I think all he said was they wanted souls.
That sounds like a miserable life to me.
Are you displeased with me, sir?
No, I'm just thinking about your existence and how displeased I would be if I had to not sleep. Sleep is amazing.
Well, just because he doesn't need it doesn't mean he can't.
Atlas, do you have those vials of the oil still?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab those and then I'm gonna walk over to Jetson and be like, Jetson, don't listen to Viper right now. He, for some reason, is choosing chaos amongst his friends. I'm not sure we're really grasping the fun concept right now. But speaking of rest, I definitely need to sleep right now. Is there any way you can go ahead and analyze these, see what you can find out about these different oils? It seems like they're different consistencies.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Jetson.
It takes you hand it into his actual body.
Yeah.
Okay. So he lifts up off the console, like waking up, and takes them. Absolutely, I will take them to the laboratory. And he walks over.
And then I'm going to turn to you guys and then say, I need a hibernation. And I'm going to use my shape-shifting alter self, and I'm going to turn myself into a kitty. And then I'm going to just attitudely start, like how Miko does with the
big cat.
question mark tail. And I'm going to just kind of like slink off to my room to go to sleep.
She would have to be like a big cat, yeah? Like a jungle cat size?
let me
Because I thought you said like the same, like...
I think there's a range, actually. It is around. Let me see.
I am also just standing there grinning. I am really happy. This is awesome.
I think it has to be within the same size as you.
Okay. That's fine. Then I'll be a Black Panther. Let's
Yeah,
go.
you can't appear as different size.
Okay.
So you choose a large cat.
A larger cat, yeah, or I guess a lynx or something would probably be more equivalent to my
Ooh, a
weight.
snow
Oh, you can
leopard.
choose of another race, not species.
Oh.
So it has to be like another humanoid type thing.
Ah, damn, Daniel. Okay. Well, then scratch that, I guess. I'll just walk away on my own with attitude.
Scratch that.
I mean, you can use it to give yourself like aquatic adaptation, though.
Nah,
like,
it's not as
like
cool.
gills or.
I was going for dramatic effects,
Okay.
and that's fine.
I'll
It's
just use
trashed.
my illusion magic real quick to make her look like she's...
A little cat
Sure.
slinking off. Well, I mean, you are sitting there basking
I
in your
got the point,
happiness.
yeah, I
She's like,
got the
this would
point,
be
so I'm
even
like-
funnier.
Okay, so you go off and everybody gets like a long rest,
That way you get...
and you guys are heading back to Ebnar, I assume,
Yep.
Yeah.
to drop off
Pay
the.
my debt.
Okay, so you guys do the quick flight to Ebnar.
Jetson, I'll let you take control.
Takes one. Probably about eight or nine Weaver cells, and it takes you 16 hours. Actually, wait, hold on. No, sorry, six Weaver cells, and it takes you 12 hours to get there. All right, so after a bit of time, you guys go through Weaver space. You got the blast doors closed, and you don't run into any weird stuff while going through this time. No visions while sleeping. It's just a smooth ride after all the nonsense that you guys have been more or less going through. You arrive at the hangar on Ebnar, and you don't have to worry about even breaking the autopilot because he's able to actually pilot the ship like a champ. And you land smoothly. You're like, fuck you, I can pilot it better still, though, bro.
See, I don't like it because now I'm just sitting here.
Mr.
And
Bitter over here.
you guys transport the thing over to Jimmy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys get to the transport pad in front of Jimmy the Ear's shop, and you have this thing kind of like hovering behind you on its own little, transport pad thing, or hover cart.
All
You
right.
see the big bouncer out there that you still don't know the name of?
Frank.
Hello, Sam.
Todd.
Jimmy's in the back.
Frank, Sam, and Todd.
Okay, you guys all walk past him, and oi,
Jimmy?
look how you're back.
Yeah, so...
And you got a present for me.
Maybe.
What you got?
All right, well, we got your droid, but it comes with a condition.
No shit. You actually went all the way to Sidroid Prime, and you got a prototype.
A prototype with a condition.
What a condition? What condition is that?
Well, see, Jimmy, you get your droid, but you only get it for a year. And it needs to have a soul within a year's time.
I didn't ask for release.
Yeah, but you didn't ask for forever.
I didn't
either.
ask
Sorry.
for a rental. I asked for a prototype.
For a year.
Well, unfortunately, that was out of my hands, and they seem to have put a how'd they word it?
Fail safes, which means if they don't get it back in a year, you lose your droid anyways.
Side droid Prime wants to go to war with Jimmy the Ear. Right then. Well, thanks for the heads up. And I'll say you still owe me a small job. Because
You hear that? We still owe Jimmy.
those are my conditions for your conditions.
I think we can accept that.
Right then. I'll call on you.
However, one thing though, the soul. There is a chance that if you can acquire the soul within a year, you may be able to keep it. We don't
Well,
know though.
Interesting thing is, I got someone else who's interested in the body. So we'll see what happens, won't we? Anyway, I'll be calling on you. Cheers.
Sorry, thank you.
You guys leave? Okay. You guys head on out,
And
go
we got
back
the
to the
mission
ship.
completed.
You did get the mission completed. You still owe Jimmy the ear or something, and you guys now are, I guess, back on track for trying to get the divine spear from.
Not gonna lie,
the
Viper.
Central
I
Trade
thought he
Union.
was gonna be a little bit more
Less
difficult than that.
understanding.
yeah, I did too. Honestly,
He seems like he's salty, but
It was
I mean, we still
interesting-
got it to like.
It's interesting that he saw it as a war on Side Droid Prime rather than us, although I will take it.
Well,
as long as the favor doesn't involve us getting involved in that.
And somehow
well,
I
he
feel
did
we
say
will.
a small favor, not a giant one, and that would be a pretty big favor.
I
So.
don't know. Somehow I feel like we're gonna end up getting.
and
into
somehow
it.
reverberating in your mind, him saying something like "a favor's a favor," just kind of emanates. You're like, "Oh fuck, wait."
Yeah, no, because it's not like that was a big favor either.
I mean, we did what we had to do. We got the prototype.
Yeah, now I'm out of a job because Judson's got a body.
Ah, that's not true.
All
Do
right.
you not like Jetson anymore?
I don't like that he has a body because, like I said, I ain't got nothing to do now. He
You
flies
know,
the
though, anytime you feel something, so does he, right?
Not necessarily. It's not my soul in him.
Do you never notice? You've never noticed how every time you're unsure or indecisive on something, he too says he is unsure or undecisive. He's not able to make decisions completely on his own. Somehow, I feel as though Jetson is not a soul of his own, but a part of you. And it's very interesting, I must say, to watch you dislike yourself.
As she says that for a moment, your right eye flickers, and you feel just for like a moment, you see like inside the ship, like as if you're walking for a second, and then it flickers back.
Starting to question ever becoming a.
An avatar.
Yeah.
You're like, hold on, my life is getting really fucking weird now with this technomancy.
Jimmy, I
shit."
never owed you these kinds of favors before.
Okay.
Halo.
And I think on that note, we will go ahead and end off chapter 10 of Smugglers, of Angel Smugglers and Bounty Hunters. Thank you, everybody who decided to pop in tonight
Thank you.
and check out the session. We'll be live again next Monday
Next Monday.
at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye.
And